And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. You got the Georgia Southern Eagles getting set to take on the number 25 ranked Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina in Conway, South Carolina. The Eagles coming off a big victory this past week at home against UMass, looking to move to 4-1 on this season. Elsewhere, high school football, Statesboro High coming off a big loss to Richmond Hill, looking to rebound as they'll be hosting Brunswick. On Friday night, the Bulloch Academy Gators, coming off a 38-0 victory over Memorial, will be hitting the road for Dublin to take on Trinity Christian. We also have some golf highlights to bring you from the inaugural Bash in the Borough, where Georgia Southern ran away from the competition at the Georgia Southern University course. Also, softball, the first round of the state playoffs for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets as they were hosting Jackson. That game ended up going to 3 games, and the Jackets end up winning the third and decisive game on Wednesday by a count of 3-1. Plenty of highlights from the first 2 games and the third game as well coming up. The Bulloch Academy Gators softball season comes to a close as they drop a couple of games on the road at Westfield, and the Portal Panthers in their season in the opening round of the state playoffs as well. Well, all that and plenty much more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy.
Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles coming off a big shutout this past Saturday at home against UMass, looking to move on into Sunbelt play this Saturday as they hit the road for Conway, South Carolina to take on the number 25 ranked Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. We had a chance to talk with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the players about the matchup.
We're never satisfied. We know we came in there and did what we're supposed to do. Just going to get back to work, to plan to win, and just focus. From what I've seen, they do their job pretty well. They're pretty tough. Haven't seen much film of them yet, but I know they do their job, so we're gonna have our hands full. We're not really focused on last year. We know we won. It felt good. Mark had 2 touchdowns last year to win the game, but we know that this year they're coming in here ready. Where we go in there ready to play and try and get the win this time.
Coastal, I see like their run game. I noticed their run game like you have to respect it. Like a lot of teams, because they throw the ball a lot, you don't really they sleep on the run game a little bit. But I noticed with Coastal, you see it off the bat, their run game is there. So you got to establish you know what I'm saying? You got to stop the run, and we got to establish that first. And, I feel like we're getting better every game with DBs, you know what I'm saying, secondary. So I feel like this week they know we got to get after it. So I feel like we're going to get there, and we should have everything straight, locked down. That's how I feel.
I thought our guys did a really good job, especially being the circumstances of basically a sudden change for us feeling like we were going to play App State, then that canceling, and then the next minute we're able to schedule UMass, which Hats off to our administration and Jared and the president for making that happen. Also, a big thank you to Coach Bell and their administration at UMass, because I know they were excited to come play because of the work they had put in and the opportunity to opt back in and get to play. It was really awesome for everybody to be able to come together and make that happen. And I said it after the game, shout out to Eagle Nation for coming out, supporting us on short notice. It was definitely an awesome vibe, awesome atmosphere, and thought our guys played really well. We still got plenty of things we got to get better at, but I did feel like as a team we played well off of one another. If I have to get them amped up for this week, we probably got issues. Our guys should be excited about playing this one. I truly believe Coastal Carolina feels like, they should have won the game last year. And I'm sure there's a huge chip on their shoulder to prove something to us. Obviously them being a ranked team, that should excite us. As far as the discipline piece goes, I think that's something that you just don't say. It's not just something that all right, we're going to be disciplined this week. I think it's I think this is on and off the field. I think accountability, holding guys accountable, holding yourself accountable. When we make mistakes at practice, which does happen because that's practice, making sure we're accountable for those mistakes and that we don't make the same mistakes twice. And then the big piece of being disciplined about not beating ourselves. I felt like our guys cleaned that up a little bit this past weekend. Really we only had 2 pre and post snap penalties, which is our goal every game. So we were able to get that done. We did turn the ball over one time, but I do think our defense did a tremendous job of coming back and getting 2 of them to get us to a +1 on the game. I just think discipline is something that is talked about and executed daily. And I think it's really huge to have the accountability piece. And, player led is very important in that piece too, with the accountability, because if your peers are talking the same way, that really means a lot more. Coastal Carolina is a very disciplined, well-coached football team. And you can tell that they've really grown together as a football team. So you're going to have 2 teams trying to battle and do the exact same thing type of stuff. And, and that's what makes these games interesting and it makes them fun. And so, it'll be a great battle. It's definitely our biggest challenge this year, and we're looking forward to it.
That game getting underway at noon in Conway, South Carolina. All right. As for the Georgia Southern golf team, they were in action this week, playing in their inaugural Bash in the Borough at the Georgia Southern course. Let's send you out for some final round coverage of that one. The final round of the inaugural Bash in the Borough taking place Tuesday at the Georgia Southern University course. The Eagles come in with a 6-stroke lead, and they'd pull away Tuesday. Jake Maples for birdie. He'd place second individually at 7 under. A solid round for Ben Carr. Here on number 9 for Eagle, he just misses and would go on to tap in for birdie and finish tied for third at 6 under. Staying on 9, and Mason Williams with his second shot on the par 5 hole. He puts this one to about 15 feet away and uphill for an eagle, but nothing was uphill for Williams this week as he steps up and he drains it to pull into first place. Freshman Luke Dasher taking some pointers and a helpful look at the line as he buries the birdie. He'd shoot an even par 72 on Tuesday. Over to number 10 we go, and it's Brett Barron with the birdie putt. He'd tie with Carr for third at 6 under par. Colin Bowles getting in on the fun as he'll drain the birdie on 10 as well. He tied for 15th overall. Staying with Bowles as we move to number 11, and this his third shot from a tough lie in the rough on the par 5 hole. He puts it about 13 feet away, and then Bowles will step up, and he drains this one as the Eagles easily outdistancing their opposition. They beat Augusta State by 13 strokes at 33 under. To 17 we go, and it's Williams for birdie. This one just about sewed things up Just as long as he didn't fall apart on 18 and miss the par putt, as the Eagles claim the individual and team title and place 4 players in the top 4 spots.
The guys played really, really well today. We came in with a nice lead, but sometimes there can be extra pressure on that. And this is a different way they've ever had to manage a lead. You know, an entire team in front of you that you had to continually match the whole day. That was a little bit of adversity, a little bit something new for us, but they handled it extremely well. You know, there's been a lot of curveballs thrown at this team throughout this semester, and I think they've handled all of them very well, and just very proud and happy for them they can finish on a high note.
It was nice having the team in contention too. It was kind of a nice way to take your thoughts out of it. You just wanted to play well for your team, and I think that someone said 3 of us or 4 of us finished in the top 3, which is just incredible. We put together a really good final round, and I'm just glad for everything. I had no earthly idea where I stood the entire day. I was walking off the green after I made the putt, and Ben gave me like a big old bear hug and was like, "You just did it." I was like, "Did what?" Like, I had no idea, but I soon figured out. But the birdie on 17 was pretty cool.
My Queensboro banker is Cheryl Quick.
Blanchard Equipment Company has 16 locations.
Queensboro has homegrown values just like us.
They get heavily involved in every community.
And that means strong customer service.
They've been around a long time, just like John Deere.
When you run across the bank like that, you stick with them.
I sure would like to own one of these John Deeres.
Well, we can sure make that happen.
Oh, well.
Queensboro is your community bank. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
The folks at the Georgia Southern University store want all Eagle fans to know the Statesboro campus of the University store will be open Saturday, September 12th from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. and Saturday, September 19th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Both Paulson Stadium stores will be open for window and counter service with a selection of Georgia Southern apparel from the time the gates open until the end of halftime. Web orders from the full selection of Georgia Southern apparel, hats, gifts, and tailgating items may be ordered for free pickup at Paulson Stadium at the Homeside store during game day hours. Web orders must be placed by 1 p.m. on Friday for each of the first 2 home games. So don't forget, for all your game day and Georgia Southern needs, shop the University store on the Georgia Southern campus. Statesboro High looking to rebound from their loss this past Friday against Richmond Hill as they're taking on Brunswick Friday at Walmart Field. Let's send you out and hear from Coach and some of the players.
We put that game in the past. That's a really good football team. We just played. They'll have a lot of success down the road. We just came here yesterday and started preparing for Brunswick right away. Another good opponent. Like I said earlier, we don't play any soft teams. Everybody we play is going to be good, and it's going to be a good competition. You know, we're doing the same thing we've been doing. We just got to work on our tackling. You know, we can't get beat deep on throws, and the main thing we got to do is we got to stop the run and no big plays. We got to eliminate the big plays. Another good offense, very fast, like Richmond Hill was. It's going to be a good test for us to see really how good we are, but I think we're up for it.
We came back yesterday after the loss on Friday against Richmond Hill. We've been preparing ever since yesterday, working every day, working harder, getting in the weight room. While it's fall break, we still do everything we usually do, so we're doing the same thing. We need to be able to run the ball more. If we run the ball more and we get more confident in that, we can either do the whole game, but we also need to be able to pass the ball more, you know, be able to throw the ball to our receivers, be able to catch it, keep on doing it, maintain a drive and stay on the field for the offense. They're pretty hefty up front, but I'm more than confident that we can take care of business this Friday.
As the score indicates, they thumped us pretty good. We played very well defensively against the run in the first half. We gave up some big plays through the air. Made a halftime adjustment to stop the pass, and it softened us up a little bit on the run. So, and offensively, we turned the ball over twice, and you know, nobody wants to hear it. You don't want to make excuses, but we got beat by a dang good football team. We're just, you know, continue to do what we do to get better. We just got to eliminate some mistakes. A lot of our shortcomings have to do with skill, but our kids are still working hard to do it right. And as long as they're giving 100% effort and continue to do that, we'll keep coaching them hard.
Got Brunswick coming up Friday. It's at home. What do you expect out of them? A fairly big team.
Much improved team. Brunswick's head coach, Sean Pender, I've faced him several times over the last 25 years. Great coach. They're 3-2, I believe. So they won a few games, and we hope that the tough schedule that we have played thus far on the top end of our schedule will benefit us on the back end. So looking forward to it. They're a very fast team, big up front on both lines of scrimmage. So we're looking for a good matchup.
Friday night lights to early morning deer stands, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro is your tailgating and hunting headquarters. Boots from Ariat, Georgia Boot, Irish Setter, Wolverine, and more, we have a pair for you. Check out our Costa and Ray-Ban sunglasses. And apparel from Columbia, Carhartt, and Drake. Dove, ducks, deer, we have all your hunting needs. And tailgate with a Big Green Egg or Traeger grill. Pack in the flavor with delicious sauces and rubs. Anderson's General Store, a general store, and so much more.
Ready for fall? Us too at RJ Pope. Get ready to cheer on your favorite team in a new performance polo from Peter Millar, Southern Tide and AFCO. Ladies, we have the best brands and trending fashions. Complete your look with one of our best-selling shoe brands, Soft, On Cloud, and Free People. Shop these brands and so much more at one of our 3 locations, RJ Pope Buckhead, Downtown, and Vidalia.
The Bulloch Academy Gators, coming off a 38-0 game against Memorial Day, open up region play. Friday night at Trinity, we had a chance to talk with Coach Pennington and some of his players about the matchup.
I was proud of us. I mean, we haven't, like you said, we haven't played in a month, and I mean, it kind of showed the first couple of plays, the first couple of series we had when we had like 10 penalties back to back. But I mean, that happens, and I mean, as soon as we start getting our motors running, that old grease out of us, everything really started coming together. Really putting it on their head. I mean, pushing them off the ball, so giving us our backs and our QB time to see what we had. And I mean, defensive-wise, we put it down to them, not getting them any yards, not letting them really get anywhere, letting them get there going. Because, I mean, if they get going, they're going to go. But, I mean, our defense did a good job in putting it to them real quick.
Overall, you know, we just kind of – everything went together. So it should all come together next week, even more than it did Friday. We're physical, tough, and, you know, we just play downhill, 11 deep to the ball. Everything's just progressing week to week. You know, we just got to come out ready to go, physical, tough, and, you know, show what we've been doing for the past 8 to 9 weeks.
Josh, credit goes to our coaches and our players for staying on course and being very patient, because when you go through what we had to go through, as many other schools have done, it can weigh on you emotionally as it can physically. But I thought we did a real good job as far as execution is concerned.
Well, the next step is opening up region play at Trinity. How do you feel like where you guys are right now, and what do you expect out of Trinity?
We are still trying to keep a simplistic approach offensively as well as defensively, where our guys won't have to think as much, and we just really work on execution, and it worked well the other night, and we'll continue to do that. As far as Trinity is concerned, I know in the past they have had a good tradition up there. I know they're struggling somewhat this year, but yet they bring it to the table each and every game that we have watched. Their energy level is high, and really offensively it all starts around their quarterback. He makes things happen. He's a super competitor from what I've seen, and so we're going to have to do a good job of making sure that we keep him in control. And then at the same time, our offense needs to move the football, control the clock, get first downs, and put points on the board. If we control what we can, then we feel good about our opportunity.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
Our Southeast Bulloch segment is brought to you by Scott's Floor Covering, passionate to floor you for all your installation needs with over 30 years of experience. Please call Joel Scott at 912-536-2107 or email scottsfloorcovering@yahoo.com for a free quote today. This segment is brought to you in part thanks to After Hours Glass Service, LLC, where they truly believe that if you don't take care of a customer, somebody else will. Wishing much success for the Yellow Jackets 2020 season. As for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, they are off this Friday. They were supposed to play Bryan County, but we had a chance to talk with Southeast Bulloch head coach Barrett Davis and some of his players about their big region championship victory over Liberty County.
We're very proud of our kids and coaches and community for Friday night's win over Liberty County to give us that 1 seed for the playoffs. And we had a game scheduled for this week with Bryan, but they had to shut down for a couple weeks. So we're just going to use this fall break time to just practice a couple days and kind of focus on ourselves and get healed up this week, and then just take the rest of this week off, and then come back fresh next week once we're back in schools. I think our kids are focused on what we need to be focused on right now, and that's just ourselves, since we have a week or possibly 2 weeks off, just depending on if we find another game that fits our schedule and stuff. So, but I feel our kids are in a good place. I feel that we've accomplished goal 1, which is winning the region, and that part's done, and we're able to get that top seed for playoffs. So we just need to focus on getting better over these next 2 or 3 games that we have. And we've got good opponents, Evans and Lakeside, who are both 6A opponents that will play in the upcoming weeks, and possibly one more. So, but I think we've been able to improve over the past few weeks as the season has progressed a little bit, and just getting better each week.
It was great. It was like we made history. Like we ain't won in over 25 years. So we went out, played our hardest, and we came out with a victory. So that's what Coach preaches every day at practice. Play to the final whistle till that clock says 0. So that's what we did, and we came out with no dub. It was great getting the team to recover and prepare for Evans County. Got a good football team, so we got some players with injury, icing. So now that time is going to help us get ready. Our offense, we've been pretty good, steady, 14-play drives, 12-play drives, so that's good. Defense, we came out last week, stopped the run. That's what we game plan for all week. So just game plan for a team and do what Coach says. So,
I mean, it feels great. No matter the situation, I mean, making history over the past 20 years, it feels great to be the first people to do it in a while. I think it's a good thing. We got a lot of things to fix on our team, a lot of mistakes we've been making, and just keeping our head during the game, not jumping off sides and stuff like that. So it'll give us time to prepare. I think on defense, we need to learn how to actually wrap up more and follow through with a tackle. Offense, I think stuff's going good. We also need to learn how to follow out with our blocks.
And as for the Southeast Bulloch softball team, they were hosting Jackson in the best of a 3-game series, split on Tuesday, championship game on Wednesday. Let's send you back for some highlights. Southeast Bulloch hosting Jackson before a packed house in the 3rd and decisive game of the state playoffs. Early on, Olivia Horton drives this one all the way to the fence and center. That scores Gracie Bergen for a 1-0 lead. Elena Barnard on the mound looking good early on here with a strikeout. But a little bit later, trouble. But Shyla Thames with a heads-up play tosses it over to second for the force. Later, same inning, Barnard gives up her second and final hit of the game. This one good for an RBI double, tying the game at 1-all. From there, Barnard was lights out. She'd strike out 7, and she'd get some offensive help from Lauren Erickson. Her second straight game with a home run. She had none coming into the past few days. 2-1 Jackets. Later, Elena Barnard helps her own cause. She drives the double to right. She'd be lifted for a pinch runner, and a few batters later, Gracie Bergen, the RBI single to center, as the Jackets would go on to advance, winning by a final of 3-1. And that'll wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.